Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well and welcome to my completed pages for the month of October. I finished around 30 pages, which is a bit more than usual, so yay, I'm proud of myself. The reason I did not even finish even more than that is because of this. I love this game. Okay, but let's stay at the topic, my completed pages. So in the 50 Ocean miniatures, I haven't been working in this forever. The last image I finished was in January, oh my god, almost a year. And this was a bit of a whip. I had done some of the alcohol basing and I now finished it with all the colored pencil shading, and I think this was alcohol marker and the blue background was gouache. And I don't know if you can see it well on the camera. I added some gold glitter for the shell here in the middle. And some white, I think it was a white Posca. Or was it a white acrylic paint pen? It was a white acrylic paint pen, yeah. I like that. I like the color combination. Then in the Yaoi Vibes, I have finished just the next image in line, which is of these two guys here. I'm trying to, change up the color combinations that I use for each image. So this one I used blonde hair and a teal shirt. This is an AI book, so I'm not sure what's going on here, but some images I really like in this book, and some look a little strange. I think the way I will continue is that I will only color the images that do not look strange. I will probably remove the strange-looking images, and I can't seem to flip to one right now. I mean, the hands here look a little strange, but the faces are fine. So yeah. Made a bit of progress in that one. Then in the Minimalist Art Adult Coloring Book by Jade Summer, I did the very first image and I took a bit of an inspiration from the cover. I really liked how the teal and the pink looked together, so I made a teal and pink background. I also used some gold acrylic paint for these two parts, this and this, and the teal is acrylic paint and the rest is alcohol marker with a colored pencil shading. I do like the purple of the hibiscus flowers, but I think I should have added a bit more highlighting. But I was not sure if that would be too much or something. But yeah, I like that. And then I worked in for the first time in the Amazing Animals in Stained Glass by Sora Yamamoto. I suspect this is AI as well because it has these signature AI, sometimes pointless details, if you know what I mean. But I like the images very much. And I did the very first one, which is this cute little piggy here. I don't know if my coloring really looks like these stained glass type images. I try to just pick different colors and color each of the parts a little differently. So yeah, I also added some random glitter. I'm not really very experienced in adding these little embellishments, but yeah, I tried. And in the Art Therapy Stained Glass 100 Designs, these images here are basically redrawings of existing stained glass images. So they have this medieval style. And where are you here? And I did this one. This was pretty random. I just wanted to try out something and I threw all kinds of metallic acrylic paint at the page. I did a gold background and a blue background within the circle, and the animal is done with Prismacolors. So yeah. Oh, and I did the frame black, so it doesn't look like the color combination is pretty funky considering these are actually medieval stained glass images. I thought about looking up what the original looks like because sometimes the names are given here in the background and you can actually look them up, but I thought, no, I'm gonna go all gaudy and fantasy on this. So yeah, that's what it turned out as. And now we have the Hachette Heroes books. This is the princesses. And I did... Which one did I do? Oh, yeah, right. I did Merida from Brave. I used colored pencils. I think it was Prismacolors and a black acrylic paint pen. Usually when I work with colored pencils in these books, I also use the colored pencils for the black outline. But in this case, I used acrylic paint pen and I really like how it stands out. It really adds some depth to the image and I love her hair. So one more image done in the princesses one and in the méchant, the villains one, I did... Oh yeah, I remember that one. This is from Fantasia, I think. I've never seen Fantasia, but I thought it's a pretty cool image. It looks very demonic, you know, for the season. I used acrylic paint pen. I usually use paints with a brush, but this image was so detailed. It was even too detailed for my taste to use colored pencils, because I really like to use soft colored pencils like Prismacolors, Prunus, Callure, Castle Art, stuff like that. And when it comes to the detail, I'm not someone who keeps sharpening every time they use them. So I thought to have the very pointy acrylic paint pen point would be more appropriate for an image with such little details and all the shapes of the souls that he's, I don't know, sucking up or something. But yeah, one more image done in here. And then in the Looney Tunes, I got this very early at release, so I have the first edition where the numbers and lines are very light and thin. So it's sometimes a little tedious working in it because I have to keep flipping back to the solutions to see whether I'm actually doing it right. But I finished this image of Bugs trying to get away from the bad guy. And yeah, colored pencils. I think Prismacolors as well. I tried to use up my Prismacolors because I got another set of them. So pretty sure it was Prismacolors. Then in the Chat et Félin by Hachette Heroes, I did, not this one, that's a whip. Did the second image here. Oh yeah, right, that's from Alice in Wonderland. I haven't seen the Disney movie Alice in Wonderland, but apparently there is a cat with a flower crown. Looks pretty cute. I used acrylic paint, in case you can't tell. And yeah, I have been making some more progress. Have I? I have. Yeah. Okay. So, but this one is finished. It's only the second finished image in that book. And I also worked in the newest release, Les Grands Classiques Special Portraits. And I warned people in a short that they now use thinner paper. And oh yeah, you can already see it here. I never had problems with these black water-based markers, but in this book it kind of bled through. So I was a little disappointed when I finished her and I looked at the other page and there was bleed through. But luckily, acrylic paint is an opaque medium and you do not see any of the bleed through anymore. That was basically my motivation why I did Coda here from Brother Bear. Because I just wanted to get rid of the bleed through, and I think I will also be working on this image just to cover up the bleed through. And then I don't know how I will go forth in this book, because sometimes I just like to do the black lines first, but maybe I will just do them with colored pencils. Or just a medium that is not going to swish around and bleed when I go over it with the wet medium of acrylic paint, because that used to happen as well. It's a journey working in these books. Especially if you are like me and don't really look at any tutorials and just wing it, you know. But yeah, I finished, what's her name? I haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph. Vanellope, I think, is her name, and this was also Forever Whip, and I finally finished it. And when I look at this image, I'm reminded of the second season of Made in Abyss, because that's what I watched while finishing her. I think I made a little update on that. Yeah, this took more than 5 hours. It's sometimes really yeah, very, I don't want to say tedious, because I do enjoy working with acrylic paint, but it's a very slow progress and you have to be, you know, very careful with the brush and everything. But I do like how these images turn out. So I will continue with acrylic paint. I already did the line art of a couple of other images in here. So see, this is the same pen that I used in the special portraits, and there's absolutely no bleed through from one page to the other. But yeah, they use thinner paper now. And Les Grands Classiques, the very first, tome 1, and I finished... Oh, right, I did Hades. Yeah. What did I do remember Chainsaw Man when I look at this. I had 2 weeks off from work and I watched some anime. So yeah, when I look at these images, I am reminded of the anime that I watched. Absolutely unrelated. Sorry. It's been a while since I watched Hercules. But yeah, I like how it turned out. Again, I used acrylic paint and I used a bit of silver metallic for the skull emblem here, but everything else is just normal paint. It did took a while until I had this exact shade of brown mixed, and yeah, looking forward to this. I do sometimes use colored pencil to kind of mark where which color goes, because then it's easier and I don't have to look so hard when going in with the brush. So that's why there is some blue colored pencil. This is all going to be covered with acrylic paint. And then in the Colortronic Animals, I love these books. And I did the tiger. Again, acrylic paint. Looks very funky with all the different colors. I do like the teal very much in this. And I think the background is actually a little too purple. I think in the original image it was supposed to be more of a magenta. But yeah. So here it's more of a magenta and I just turn out with a dark purple, but that's just how it looks. I still like it. I don't think you have to be like super exact with all the coloring, even if you do color by number, you know. I sometimes go out of line with those. Oh yeah, and here I did the rose, very nice. I just love how vibrant the colors look. Really enjoy working with acrylic paint. Especially when it's like when you don't have to really be careful with line art because it covers up lines, which is the point, you know, because in these images, when I got this book, I first thought, oh, this is going to be perfect for alcohol markers because it's single-sided. But now I really prefer the acrylic paint. It really gives the images, yeah, a painted look. So, yeah, really like this. I really hope that they come out with more books like that. And then I worked in this Japanese color by number book that I got a while ago from Amazon Japan. And I did these 2 images with Prismacolors. Yes. This one was actually supposed to have more muted colors. Let me show you. So generally the color palette in this is not super bright and shiny. So as you can see, but the Prismacolors didn't have a color that was that muted. So this was the only one that came close. So my version looks a lot more eye cancery than it was supposed to. But I still like how it turned out. And I do really like the cute little Shiba dog here. And yeah, I really need to work more in this book. I really like that. So 2 done in here. Then I did some random color by number just while I was relaxing. I think did like 10 pages in here. I'm just gonna flip. Because these are, to be honest, with those books, I don't care that much about the result. It's just an activity-based feeling that I get from it, you know. You wind down after work, you listen to some YouTube videos, maybe an audiobook, and so that your hands are not idle. It's a whip. That is the last finished one. You do some coloring in here, so I really enjoy that. Then aesthetic shapes, ceramic tiles. I think I did the first 3 in here. I did this one, and I did the cactus and the gramophone. Same thing. Then I worked in the birds color by number. Oh yeah, I did the title page, and the title page is always in here as a coloring page, but then again without the letters as a normal page. So I did this, and I did the very first one, the J's. Very cute. I like it. Some simple, easy color by number. Then this one, Art Animal Stencils. This was one of the first coloring books that I got, and I used to work in it a lot, and then I just abandoned it. And I always, this is very shiny, because I use acrylic paint pen in the background to make it black, because I do prefer the black background. So every image that looks like that is getting a black background with acrylic paint pens, and the rest is alcohol marker. Looking forward to finishing this one eventually. And this Animal Mosaic is the book I started after I finished the Travel Mosaic, and I did the second one, which is this very colorful bear who is apparently in the water, and this is this reflection there. I like it, very colorful. Then in the stained glass Tiffany windows, I did just the next image in line, or did I two? No, I think I already showed you this one. So this is the page for October. A cherry blossom branch, mini tree growing out of a pot with embellishments around. Yeah, why am I explaining it? You see what it is. It's early in the morning. Okay, let's blame it on that. Zendoodle Color by Number by Deborah Mueller. One of my favorite books. And I did... Yes, I did this one. The bird feeding his baby bird. I like the color combination. So I say this every time, but just in case you're wondering, this is those aren't the markers that are running out. This book has just very special texture that makes it look like that. So I think it makes it interesting. But it also always kind of looks like, you know, that your markers are running out, but they're not. It's just the paper giving them this texture. But I still like it. Then, this one, I had completely forgotten about that book. This is one that I want to finish eventually. I have 2 pages left, so I did Pikachu, and I might just do, for November, the last 2 pages, so I am finished with this one. Then I have Winter by Sun Life Drawing, and I did I do 2? I think I did 2, yeah. I did this one and this one. Yeah, just alcohol markers, very simple. Just a nice activity-based coloring if you don't want to think too much. Then Sea Life. Do I have 1 or 2 in this one? I think I already did this one. So this one is another squid. I think I already did 1 squid in this one. Or didn't I? I didn't. Oh, look at that. There's no squid. Okay. All right. So maybe I'm confusing this because I had already done the squid and I basically had to do the background. If I remember correctly. I did all these pages in the beginning of the month, so I don't really remember. Oh yes, the Lion Stott's Quest Animals, one of my favorite coloring books. That is now finished because I did, I think, all 3 of the last images I did. I think this was the last one that I showed you. So all good things must come to an end. I did the bird, I did the lion, and I did the cat, and it was the last page, and now it's done. And I'm a little sad, and I would just like to have another book like this, but yeah. Wait, I'm not going to put this there. I'm putting this down there because it's finished. It's going on my finished books pile, which is steadily growing. Yay! So Stone Mosaic Plaque Edition. I work in this one each month, and I always do 2 because I like routine. So I did the bird. Very nice. Lots of green in the background. All my beautiful greens are coming to an end, but oh well. And I did this still life. Lots of yellow, as you can see. And I'm also close to finishing this one. There are not many pages left, so there is progress. And then I have 1 book that I finished completely. It's the Stone Mosaic Book 2. I will be posting a complete flip eventually. I'm super behind. I have like 3 books now that I've finished that I need to film flip throughs of. But oh yeah. So yeah, actually that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see all of your completed pages. I'm on the lookout for that. And I hope you have a wonderful day and maybe see you in the next one. Bye guys.